Eminence, Mr. O'Keefe, Dr. O'Donnell, Reverend Fathers, distinguished faculty and esteemed guests, family, friends, and fellow graduates of the class of 2022. On behalf of the class of 2022, I would like to thank everyone gathered here to celebrate our graduation from Christendom College. I have been entrusted with the task of offering a few words on the meaning of this occasion, which I will endeavor to accomplish in the next few minutes. What are we celebrating at these graduation ceremonies? We are celebrating successfully completing 4 years of study in the liberal arts. Studying the liberal arts is not an easy task. The course of studies offered at Christendom is rigorous and intellectually demanding, so engaging in this academic exercise for 4 years is a feat worthy of celebration. But why study the liberal arts at all? Why is it so important to study them that St. Prosper of Aquitaine saw fit to pen this exhortation? Quote, "Even if the wounds of a broken world numb you and the troubled sea bears you on a single bark, still you must keep your strength unimpaired for your studies. Why do enduring things tremble with fear if perishable ones fall?" Some may say that we study the liberal arts in order to learn how to think critically, write cogently, and argue persuasively. Others may say that the liberal arts are worth studying in and of themselves, so that we may fulfill our end, that of rational animals, and cultivate the life of the mind and reason. Finally, some may say that we come to Christendom for all of these things, but most especially to be given the truth, complete, pure, and unadulterated. I agree that studying the liberal arts enables one to think, write, and speak well, and that they are worth studying for their own sake. However, I do not think these reasons, on their own or taken together, ultimately constitute the main reason that the liberal arts are worth pursuing. More importantly, I do not think one studies the liberal arts with the expectation that one will be given the truth whole and entire. To expect any academic institution to do so is to expect the impossible. Truth cannot be reduced to a formula, a set of propositions that can be assented to, or a collection of practices that one can learn. What, then, does studying the liberal arts provide for us, and why has our journey been so worthwhile? Allow me to avoid answering that question for the time being. I'm sure many of my fellow graduates are, like me, experiencing a variety of emotions right now. Probably the most powerful ones that we are all experiencing are joy and sorrow. These graduation ceremonies have provided us with an opportunity to rejoice in accomplishing something great and reflect on all of the happy memories we have of our time here. But they are also the final stage in this journey and a signal that we must move on, with all the sadness that that realization entails. This combination of joy and sorrow, I would assert, have marked these past 4 years for all of us. There have been good times, and there have been hard times. Suffering and joy have been intermixed. How can we explain this strange mixture of joy and sorrow? J.R.R. Tolkien, in his essay on fairy stories, suggests the idea of the eucatastrophe, what he calls, quote, "the good catastrophe, the sudden joyous turn at the end of a fairy tale, as its ultimate end." How does this relate to us right now? Because I believe that this commencement ceremony is the eucatastrophe for the stories of all of our lives at Christendom for these past 4 years. I believe this because of what Tolkien says concerning the nature of eucatastrophe. Quote, "Eucatastrophe does not deny the existence of discatastrophe, of sorrow and failure. The possibility of these is necessary to the joy of deliverance. It denies universal final defeat, and insofar is evangelium, giving a fleeting glimpse of joy, joy beyond the walls of the world, poignant as grief." In other words, the eucatastrophic ending is the culminating moment of our journeys, in which something infinitely good and joyful is encountered and experienced, and the sadness at the realization that this glimpse cannot last forever in this life. What has studying the liberal arts at Christendom College these past 4 years given us? A gift we are experiencing in a profound way at this commencement ceremony? It has provided for us the context in which we could catch a glimpse, a taste, an experience of a person who is the way, the truth, and the life. Ultimately, the study of the liberal arts allows us to grow in a relationship with truth himself, Jesus Christ. I know earlier I said that one should not expect the liberal arts to give one truth, and I stand by that. How could we possibly reduce a living person to a set of ideological propositions or academic disciplines that we can grasp whole and entire? It takes a lifetime to learn about and love a human person, let alone a person who is both God and man. Rather, a serious study of the liberal arts provides us with the tools to learn more about this person and grow in a relationship with him, a relationship of love with him. In fact, our entire experience at Christendom facilitated this ongoing encounter with the living God. We have been able to come to know God in the order of the physical universe through astronomy. We've been able to come to know God in the providential unfolding of time through history, in the nature of man as perceived through philosophy and theology, in the friendships we have formed, in our pursuit of excellence in sports and the arts, and most powerfully, in our reception of Jesus in the Eucharist. All of us here, whether we realize it or not, have been given the tremendous grace to live, pray, and study here at Christendom. Our eyes have been opened through our education and our friendships and our prayers to a vision of the world that few people are privileged to perceive, that of a world created and sustained by a loving God, imbued with meaning, and being brought to a final glorious end. Let us all be grateful to have had the chance to cultivate this vision over these past 4 years. Why do we celebrate what we do today? Because we are celebrating nothing less than 4 years of coming to know and befriend God. Thank you.